3, 2, 1. Welcome everyone to Off Track with Dylan and Zack. We have, my first guest, two wonderful guests. We have Sofia and Jessica, some of my best friends from back home. Say hello.
Hi, this is so cute.
Yeah, it's super cute.
Hello.
So right now, Soph, you're big on my screen. I don't know exactly.
Oh, if you go to
how do I fix that?
grid view, so it's in your top right.
Oh, gallery view?
Gallery view, yeah.
Oh, cool. Oh, now we're all equals. This is much better. Right? Soph, you were dominating my screen for a while. It's good. Oh,
great.
Well, what was the first thing we were thinking about talking about?
Okay, I'm going to look at the list of topics. We should have cut them out and just in a little fishbowl and grabbed them out.
That would have been really good.
But let's just go from the beginning. Okay. So I mean, we can start at the very
we haven't even said what the big umbrella is.
Jessica, would you like to?
What's the big umbrella, Jess?
Sex.
Talk it out. Sex. Yes. S-E-X.
I want to hear it from Jessica's mouth. Explain it.
Well, I feel like what happened was in the group chat, we were talking yesterday, and we were talking about Dylan's podcast and how cool of an idea that was, and then someone suggested, hey, you know who would be good guests? Jess and Sofia. You know what you should talk about? Sex. And here we are.
Yes.
That was beautifully described. Thank you, Jessica.
Oh, well, maybe we should also talk about, I love to jump around as well. So how did we meet?
How did we meet?
Where would you take this back? High school? I think we could probably solidify us. High school?
We solidified in high school, but I think we knew of each other in middle school.
For sure. What elementary schools did you guys go to?
Bikert.
Raymond Case.
Okay, I was elementary school. No, that's okay. These are mostly all Elk Grove, right?
Yeah. Just what were you gonna say?
My question was, Sophia, were you in our physics class with? It was everyone was in that class, and that's when I became. That's when I decided that I was going to run for rally. That's when I decided to ask Josh to be my spirit partner, and that's when I needed to infiltrate myself into the group. So I would just hang out, and then eventually I was like, hey, you know who can do a movie night? Me, because my mom's cool. And then look at where we are now.
Oh.
So.
Hell yeah. I mean, I remember, I think for me it was junior year of high school when I felt and that was physics, especially for I think me, Jess, and Gib and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But senior year, and then I think we just all happened to date the right people. If we're gonna bring it into dating and high school and all that fucking craziness.
Do you mean date, or do you mean
I
fuck?
dated Sarah. Fuck.
Right.
Date. That's a good question actually. I think some of us went more of what is traditional, especially in high school? That's kind
true.
of I don't know if fucking's more traditional or if dating is. In my world, dating was.
Yeah.
But have any of y'all been getting a little heated during this quarantine, or have things?
So I want to say, nobody be mad at me, but I did break quarantine to go have sex with somebody twice.
Oh, I definitely broke quarantine to go have sex with somebody.
I have so much shame about it.
Oh well, we all carry that differently.
I'm not mad at anything. I'm mad that I can't leave because so here's in our quarantine bubble is me and my two roommates and one of my roommates' boyfriend, because I don't know if you guys know, Disney, is closed, and he was on the college program, and everyone that was on the college program got sent home. So he didn't have anywhere to go, so he's living with us now. So she's very good at corralling my sexuality, I guess. She's just very, very good at, she's so much a mom. If I even thought about, because I have, guys who've been hey, come over, and I'm I can't, my roommate would yeet me into Tomorrowland, is what I say.
And that's where our roommates started for sure. Me, do you have roommates, Soph?
Yeah, well, I mean, I only have one that's living with me right now. The other two are gone, but she's leaving tomorrow.
Oh,
and I am concerned. I'm not even concerned. Like, I'm concerned, but like, I know I'm going to do it. Like, I have somebody slated to come over tomorrow night.
Yeah, I would, because me and my roommates were freaked out about it at first. And then at a certain point, we were like, you got to live your life.
Ball.
Yeah, right? Because I was getting a little blue in the face. And
all the way up there?
They were like, you okay? And I was like, no, I'm not okay. I need to handle this. And so I was like, I told them, I was like, I don't know how or what's going to happen or how this is going to go down, but this needs to happen. And they understood. And then luckily I met a very sweet girl off Tinder, and I have my go-to gal right now. So I enjoy that. It's important. Stick with one if you can. In physical terms. Come on, find one good dick and just hold on to it.
No, I owe like 4 or 5 or 6 people at this point. I'm gonna owe like 5 people a relationship when quarantine ends.
Oh,
because you're so good at being
away.
sexual.
I have like a date tomorrow. I have a date on Sunday, and I have a date on Monday night. Physical? And tomorrow's a physical one. Sunday is over, like
they're all physical.
And then the Monday one is a physical one. And then I'm setting up, like, this guy was like, do you want to do like a FaceTime photo shoot? And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? Yes. He was like, I like it when it like comes all grainy, and it's fun when you have mirrors, and so I might just lean into that. I don't know. There are no rules anymore.
Yeah.
Speaking of photo shoot, I don't know how I forgot that this happened. When was it? Like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I texted Sophia to ask her how she gets such good butt pictures.
That was so good.
Because I always like, I'm good at sending frontal nudes all day, laying down, standing up, but backwards, I don't know what happens to my backside.
Oh no.
And I know that Sophia is my friend with the nicest rump, and so I texted her and I said, hey, can you like send me a tutorial on how you get such good butt pictures? And she did, and ever since then my butt pictures have been mwah.
All right, Jess, what are the top 3 tips, if you could give them out, that you learned? What?
So she had me laying on my stomach, and then you bend one leg so that your butt looks nice and voluptuous.
Well, yeah, because then you got like the thigh coming in to like supplement the butt, right? Okay, before you like continue, I just want to say, like, I was very creative in how I did this tutorial. And so I had, because Jessica was like, how did you get people to, like, who took these photos? And so basically I had the camera on my laptop open, and I was taking pictures on the laptop of me like angling the phone at my ass. And so I was taking pictures of me like taking pictures. And it was very difficult because I had to like with my toe click the like 3, 2, 1 button on the photo booth thing. So I was trying to get like, it took me so fucking long. It was just like trying to get my toe in the right spot and then clicking it and then like getting back into position. But anyway, what did you learn, Jess?
That's the one I remember.
That's from an outside perspective. I got lay down, have your leg curled up, probably the near leg, right? Or the far leg? Because if you're laying down.
The one on top. So you're like laying kind of like on your front, but like you're kind of twisted a little bit. And so like that twist makes your waist look a little bit skinnier too.
Of course.
And then you have one leg just like straight down so that you get like the how when the butt, this part, like the crease, the butt crease, and then the other one is like to add more like ass to the situation.
Yep. Oh, fuck yeah. Next time I'm sexing a girl, I'm going to send the sexiest ass pic ever.
Hold on. I can pull some of the photos that I sent Jess up and just share my screen so that you all
Yes. That's fucking great. We'll do I still always will cherish my hot dogs or legs posts.
Yes.
You're a man with hairy legs.
I love hot dogs
Please
for legs.
do hot dogs or legs.
I really do. Okay, so hold on.
Yes.
Okay, so those aren't good pictures. Well, okay, so this is one. I'm just gonna pop this view out and work. Okay, so basically I'm gonna share my screen right now.
Okay.
Oh my god, desktop. I'm just gonna share desktop. Okay.
Nervous.
So
aren't we all?
Why are you nervous? This is the only picture. Actually, I don't want to have my face in there. But see, and then so what would happen is like this leg would like get hitched up to kind of like there, and so like you would have more of like this situation, but this part would look bigger.
And there's the bent top leg. Okay.
I was talking about the ones like to the left of that is the ones.
Right. Okay. I don't look at it. Hold on. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Hold on. Stop share, and I'm going to pull up the resulting photos.
Okay.
And I think those are in my chat with you, Jess.
Probably.
Yeah. But while I'm pulling those up, I really thought we were like gonna have more of a structure to this, but this is wonderful.
No, there's never a structure. It's just perfect. Structure? No, okay. we haven't structured anything yet. One day when we're maybe more professional, but.
Wow, I'm going like deep into our texts. I went too far.
It's because I realize every time like something in the group chat comes up and there's, I feel like you're the one that I immediately text, like outside of the group.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Well, you know what is that me and Monica and Jenny also have a group chat where they do the same thing, and I'm like, we should just all be in a group chat at this point.
Yeah, you gotta combine them.
And then at that point, like we're just adding more people, like.
But or not. I think you just keep them separate. That's what's worked so far, you know.
Okay, so they aren't loading right now, but once they do, I will share my screen and we can go.
World.
But that's
okay. On Sophia booty. Yeah, they'll get it. There's always more. It's never gone away.
Yeah. That's true. I have no shame. I have a porn blog, and there are pictures of me on it, and that's fine. I will not be sharing that.
Sorry, folks.
So a topic that I am very curious to get into, because I don't know that I know both of your stories.
Yes.
Your virginity stories.
Yes. Let's start at the beginning. That's okay.
Mine's decently lame. If I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there.
Mine's pretty cute. Like it's not like anything like, oh my God, you know?
Yeah, well, they're supposed to be like whatever, right?
Yeah.
It's not like I planned to tell it on a podcast 5 years later or something shit like that. I guess not. 7 years later.
Yeah.
You want to go first, or you want me to go first? So
you can go first.
All right. So, oh Lord. Well, I'll give some context, I guess. So I was dating a girl. In high school, first ever girlfriend, a wacky start, but whatever. So me and her were dating for we dated for 2 years total. And 2 years total. A year that felt like I was held captive, but that's a whole nother story of escape. But we made an agreement. We started out as like a religious couple. So like we made an agreement not to, I guess we were cute too. I don't know. Or you're feeling sad.
I forgot about this, like imagining Dylan religious.
Well, I'm still religious and we can talk about that in another weird way. But, me and her, like, we're on this like religious path, you know, we're not going to do anything sexual, which really just that meant I don't stick it in her pussy. But
were you doing anal?
No, I guess I should, or no penis inside things, but except for mouth. I guess I'll explain it in a much better way. I'm entering my high school days explaining this like naturally. We decide not to do anything, and then we were like doing everything besides sex in the car, and then one day we're like, fuck it, like let's just like, God don't care, you know, like it's all good. So we actually plan it out. It's upstairs in my room, parents aren't home, and it's kind of one of those things where like you know, I took off one article of clothing, she took off one article of clothing, and then we kind of went like that. And then so I was naked first on the bed, and then and this, I've never seen pussy before in my life, you know. I was like,
no. Or like, have you seen porn before?
I've seen porn, but like in real life, come on, porn. It's
you didn't like.
Yeah, no, it's different.
What do you mean? What pussy would I have seen before my girlfriend, my first girlfriend?
But I mean, you hadn't seen it before sex?
That's a good point. You're right. I must have. You're right. I'm tripping.
But like in that context where you're gonna like.
But it was different, I guess you could say, because it really felt like it was gonna be. It's different pussy, like 100%. That's a pussy that wants me inside of it. The other one had a warning sign. It was like, nope, under construction or some shit. I don't know. But this one, finally, there was an open sign on it. And like and yeah, and then we ended up kissing. It was cute, and then had sex, condom and all. Yeah. And that was about it. It's traditional, no music playing. It was nice though. I don't think anyone was in too much pain, which was good.
It's good.
Well, I hope you weren't in pain.
Well, sex.
Well,
can
like
be
her.
painful.
Like her, you know?
Yeah. Well,
I got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, unless she had a kitty vagina, but.
Yeah. Do you usually have like sex with music or anything on in the background, or like? Is that still, like,
it tends to happen. I mean, it depends, right? Like
that whole Netflix and chill, yeah. Where you just
it depends. If she comes over and we're just ready to fuck, then we'll just
you
fuck.
and somebody's daughter, yeah.
Yeah.
Me and somebody's son, okay? With many people's sons, okay?
Yes, 100%. I forget. She threw me off.
I mean, was there like any more to the the virginity?
No, that was perfect.
Okay.
I was gonna comment on the music and say, yeah, normally if we just go straight into it, there's no music, but if we're trying to set a mood, then music's naturally gonna be on. All right, so hit us with your cute little story.
Mine, okay, so it was with my high school boyfriend, like my first boyfriend ever, because we don't count Jose.
Jose? Yes.
Do you remember that?
Oh,
we dated for a summer, but I like ignored him the entire time.
What grade?
This was like sophomore year going into junior year, I think, maybe. Or it was junior year going. I'd never had a boyfriend before. And so like Tyler was like my first boyfriend. And so last year I think I texted this to Jessica, like this meeting has been upgraded to the host and now includes unlimited minutes. Okay, cool. But I saw like a birthday post that his girlfriend posted where he's just like cutting lines. And I'm like, on your public Instagram?
Hey, putting it out there, I guess.
Yeah. But anyway, okay, so this was in high school. And we were in his room, and then I don't remember if we like planned it or something, but I think like we both were like very down. This was like 3 months in to us dating.
Okay. Different
and
if I want to give time context, it was about I think a year and a half in until we had sex. Yep.
I cannot imagine dating somebody and not having sex on like at least the third date, if not before.
That's only because you've had sex before. If you've never had sex, you can imagine not having sex the rest of your life.
Right.
I imagined easily never.
I could not have imagined it. No.
Well,
like,
as a guy, it's like what girl would ever be so nice?
When did you start masturbating? Like watching porn.
7th grade, 6th grade.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think kind of like same. I think same. Okay.
Yeah.
The wind.
Is it chilly? And where are you at? You're Florida, Jess? Chilly or warm?
No, it's actually so nice. Yesterday, this is what happened. Just a weird side note.
Then we'll get back to your sex story.
We were watching TV the other night, and we have a Google Home, and so we wanted to play a game with Google Home because quarantine and we're all bored. And so we said, hey, Google, can you be a crystal ball for us? And so we all thought of a question in our head, and Ryan, my roommate's boyfriend, said, like, is it going to rain tomorrow? And I was like, there's no fucking way it's going to rain tomorrow. Like, it's been blue skies. Like, if I turn my computer around, I don't even know if you can you see the blue skies?
Oh, yes. It's beautiful, yeah.
Like,
it's gorgeous.
That's what it's been like forever. So I was like, no, it's not going to rain. And then it rained.
Do you think there's a chance Google Home just read the weather prediction for tomorrow?
No, he didn't say it out loud. He thought it.
Oh, damn it. I thought you asked it.
I was like, yes,
will it rain tomorrow? Actually, there's a 93% chance of rain. Wow, magic ball.
No.
That's crazy, though. Fucking, yeah.
Anyway, and now it's back to perfect weather, so I'm outside.
Nice.
I love it.
Anyway,
okay, virginity story. Okay,
yes.
right. Okay, so boyfriend, we've been dating for 3 months. Jose doesn't count. we're on to Tyler. Okay, so we're dating for 3
months. Did you have sex with Jose? Why do you keep saying Jose doesn't count?
Because people are like, oh, your first boyfriend is actually Jose. And I'm like, no, though.
Did you know?
Kiss? Okay.
Like, a little bit. Like, once.
All right.
And so
did you ever make out, or did you only peck?
No.
Okay, if you don't make out, if you don't make out, I think that's a decent, for like high school or something, like first boyfriend, got to be the first person you made out with at least.
You remember how Tyler would kiss? Because he liked PDA and his tongue would just like, ah.
I was like, don't ask me. Why? I guess you can.
I thought you were asking me for a second.
I was
like, I only played Truth or Dare once.
No, like I saw people like saw it, and they would be like, he's aggressive. And I was like, you are.
Oh, you were in your head about it.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't like PDA. So it was in his room, and 3 months in, and he had Star Wars playing. We were watching Star Wars, and then we just did it to Star Wars, and then
fuck yeah, that's a lot of men's dream.
And then that was
the
also
whole Star Wars.
I don't remember. He lasted pretty long. Well, and I also remember like
swinging his lightsaber around.
He had to try putting like I think more than one condom on because the first one didn't fit because he had a huge dick, like giant.
Attaboy. I like to hear when my men have big dicks. Actually,
good for
it makes
him.
me feel like nice.
And so he had to buy like the large condoms, and so like the first ones, like it was such a hard time getting them to fit until we were like, I think you just need like the really big condoms. Anyway, so that happened, and then we finished, and then like half an hour later, I give my first blowjob, and so that was something.
After sex?
Yeah, and we were 17, Jessica.
Yeah, there's no order of operations here.
And
no
also,
PEMDAS.
There's no
PEMDAS for sex, all right?
I just can't believe you were like, yeah, put it in me first, and then
I want to taste myself. There's no PEMDAS. There's no parentheses, exponents. There's none of that shit, all right?
Okay, that has to be
rainbows.
You have to cut that out for the intro. We have the intro now.
Yeah,
we have the blurb.
Great.
We have the cold open. Yeah. But yeah, and I remember like in my mind being like, this like has the texture / tastes like plain pasta, like noodles.
You just said your pussy tastes like plain pasta.
No, his dick.
Well, after your pussy, I guess.
No,
it tasted like
condom.
On. It tastes like condom. Yeah. Oh. Well.
But it didn't taste like condom. Like it was fine. And then we went to the football game after.
Sorry, just you with the giraffe tongue, I think, and it just threw me off a little bit.
I'm sorry.
I was curious about the whole PDA thing. You seem pretty against it, so I'm kind of.
I don't like PDA. Like I like being like kind of physically close. Like I like holding hands and kind of like leaning into each other, and like kind of like a quick peck if we're like in public and around people. But I don't like getting like super like wrapped up in a person.
You save it for the bedroom? You save it for the private?
Oh yeah. I
like that. That's not bad. I agree. It's not a bad method. I like being able to just love on a girl wherever I'm at. I don't know.
That's cute.
It's one of those things where I like to express myself. Though I'm very like, nah, like take it, world.
Very exhibitionist. Well, I have a follow-up question.
Sure. Yes.
So I have a follow-up. So are you more into like exhibitionist stuff? So like if like you think people are gonna like catch you or like see you fucking, like is that like a turn on?
If you make me analyze it, probably.
So like it does turn you on, which leads back to like being like more expressive or in like public.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, I don't know how related they are, to be honest. I think that some people love PDA and also don't like to be exhibitionists. But I have had sex in some pretty public places, and I will say the risk, like a good golf course, was wonderful. You see him coming up the course. Gotta fucking hurry. No.
Yeah. Well, I remember the story about you on a hike with her parents and then she going down on you.
Well, that was high school. That was the same girl. Yeah.
I remember that.
The first sex story. Yeah. That I have a picture of my first blowjob out there somewhere. I would love to find it. Yeah. Thumbs up. We were at the top of we finished the hike. I was with this girl and her parents and her family, and we were horny as fuck. We were kissing every 10 seconds on the trail. We fucking skipped ahead and got to the end. We climbed up a bunch of, like, this is how far you will go for your first blowjob, I guess. We scaled up some fucking rocks. We got behind this boulder. She started sucking me off. It was fucking perfect. Next thing you know, family comes up. Dad's like, hey, Dylan. He can see me, can't see fucking her at all. She's behind the fucking rock doing her fucking thing. And he take a thumb up. Fucking perfect. It's out there. Feel free to send it to me, Pops. Oh man.
Such a good story.
So good.
That's I if anyone could ever top that fucking story, I'd love to hear it.
Well, Jess, I mean, that kind of goes to your question about, so me and Jessica were texting before this, and so I was like, something about kinks came up, and Jessica was like, I don't know if I have any kinks, and I don't really know what a kink, like, what's a kink? And I was like, it's
look on your
like
back wall, and I'll show you a kink.
Yeah. So it's like anything that like turns you on. So like exhibitionism is like one of those things. Have you guys ever taken that like the how kinky are you like quiz thing? I'll send it to you guys.
But it sounds great.
Yeah, and so it like ranks you on like where you fall of like kinkiness, and so like it categorizes you into like stuff like rope bunny and like bratty or like dom, like stuff like that. And it gives
you guys remember when I went to the bondage party?
Yes.
I didn't tell you guys much about it. It was actually it was cool. It was for sure everything you're talking about. I saw a lot of the toys you have yourself there, Soph. But it was like that we had different rooms for different kinds of bondage, and there was like, and it was a very sober party, which I wasn't I guess ready for either. Most people were like really successful, which I thought was weird. Like it was kind of like they're looking to get more out of life or some shit like that. But the theme of it was candle wax, and I was like, I had to do it. I absolutely had to do it. So I sat on some massage table and got candle waxed in my underwear, and it was fucking
nice,
great.
Right?
It was really nice, and it makes you wonder, like, fuck, how much pain do I like? You don't want to figure out sometimes how much pain you like. But I hate being choked, so I'll tell you that right now. I remember the first time I got choked, I was instantly soft. It was Miranda. When she choked me for the first time. Like we were having sex, and then she was dry humping me. That's how it just instantly soft.
So when I'm like drunk, I get like way more like aggressive and like playfully aggressive when having sex. And I was having sex. This was actually like my last boyfriend, and he was very like not necessarily like vanilla, but if you left him to his own devices, vanilla.
I feel like most guys are.
Yeah, and it was like a clean. This is also like the first time he had ever had sex was like with me. Yeah, and so like a lot of like what he was doing was like
in college, first time having sex.
He was
sir. That was also me. So.
Well, I guess I'm hating on you too. All right.
Yeah, he was 20 at the time, and so we're having sex, right? And so like I bit him, and I bit him hard. And, like that wouldn't have bothered me.
I like a good bite.
I felt him just be like, nope. Like it just went back inside of him, and he was like, I gotta not, like I gotta go. And I was like, that's my bed.
He left?
He didn't like leave, but he just was like, this sex has to stop now. Because now I'm in pain. Yeah.
I had to take a breather. No. I can see it biting. It shocks you a little bit, you know, if you're not ready for it. But
girls can get aggressive.
Feel about, and maybe I'm angry about it because I am. So who I work for, do not mark me where the mouse can see it, you know? Like, that's just like, yes.
Yes.
So, and I make that very clear.
Jessica's talking about hickeys.
Yeah.
Jessica is like saying, she's speaking Walt Disney language for saying, don't give me
blur out
hickeys
whatever you want, Jess.
where my boss can see them.
Yes.
My boss being the mouse.
Right.
That's fucking great. People might think you work at Chuck E. Cheese, though, so be careful.
And I tell people, we live in Orlando, so people know that, you have to adhere by Disney Look guidelines, whatever. And I tell people before I go into all of my interactions, like, I don't care where you mark me, just know where the mouse can see it. And they're like, yeah, cool, okay.
Well, you can't tell them not to do something, Jess. I'll tell you right now. You tell a man not to do something. It's in theory great, but especially if it's like it seems like an innocent joke, like they may say fuck it, or they just sloppy and don't give a fuck because you're in Florida.
Yeah, well, honestly,
and Florida guys seem like scum in the first place.
Now that I'm thinking about it, like this last boyfriend I was with, he was like, I hate hickeys, and so naturally I gave him hickeys all the time because he told me not to, and I was like, I'm gonna do this all the fucking time now because it bothers you. Should I have done it? Probably not, but I was like, haha.
Yeah.
But wait, fuck, you need to pipe up like way more.
Okay.
Way more, because Dylan, she hasn't said her virginity story.
I agree. Jess, you said college.
Well, so in high school where we all met, I didn't know what sex was. Do you remember, Dylan, when we went on that camping trip?
I love that fucking camping trip. I love that camping trip.
And like on the way up there, we were like, we don't have to drink, like, because the people that we were going with, we knew that they were into drinking and weed, and it was for Tyler's birthday party.
Oh, so I was there too. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
And that
I forgot you were there, so
that was probably
dating.
That was probably the first time I kissed Sophia.
The first time.
Yes.
Anyway, and so that trip happened. But that was like
we grew up that day.
That was my
every single person in this friend group.
Say it again.
As you should.
I've kissed every single person in this friend group.
Yeah, I think we've all kissed each other. We definitely incestual.
So cute. So everybody has herpes.
Yeah.
Great.
No, I'm not. It's a joke. I don't have herpes.
It's 100% a joke.
It's
but
fine
if you do, that's cool.
It's
fine. Cool if you do.
I'm just saying, I don't want you to have to like freak out because
I don't have herpes either. But
it's fine if you do. It's totally fine if you do. Just let them know.
Going.
So that was I believe the summer after senior year, and so and then my parents also eased me into alcohol. They made me have alcohol before I went away to college because going to Chico State, they were like, you're not going to not know what to do. So I get to college and everything changed. Like I smoked and partied and drank and who knows how many guys. Anyway, and so then fast forward to, but I was doing like Dylan and Sarah in high school. I was doing everything but sex. No butt sex, just like everything.
That's why I said besides when I said it, because I knew.
Except a schlong in my woohoo. So then one night, this guy knew that I was a virgin, and he was like, we're going to have sex tonight. And I was like,
was he foreign?
Well, no.
No, just curious.
He was just a guy. And so we were doing things, and he, to this day, he still thinks that he took my virginity. He did not. He was fucking my butt cheeks. That's all I have. And so, and I just let him think that it happened. It didn't. But the real story.
Wait, did he come? I just want to ask if he came.
Yes.
The power your ass has.
Incredible. Oh, that's fucking great.
So then fast forward to, that was all freshman year. Like freshman year was crazy because Marisol. And then so fast forward to the end of sophomore year. I met him at Cute Miranda's wedding when I was a bridesmaid.
I love that distinction.
and I met him at the wedding. I thought he was cute. And so then after the wedding, I said, do you want to come over? Because my parents are not home. And then he came over, and I still think that he is the guy with the biggest dick that I have ever been with. That's all I have to say.
Hold on. I have something for this.
Yes. What do you got?
A ruler.
Yes.
You're going to tell me where to stop here. Yeah?
I can't. Hold on. You got to get bigger.
Well.
I mean.
Turn it other way, too. Here. Make her screen bigger. Should I just do her screen?
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like it was at least 8 inches.
Okay, so that's to here. So that's I'm trying to hold on. I'm trying to
just turn it over.
So like to hold on.
He's hanging off those shorts for sure.
Hold on.
Yeah.
No. This isn't like me acting like the dude. This is like me how inside me it would be. So that's like in your guts.
It's in your belly button.
That is rearranging your insides.
It's a new umbilical cord.
And the only reason that it wasn't like I choose him, he has chosen one. I literally just wanted to not be a virgin anymore so that when I did hook up with people, I could just hook up with people and not be like, no, I'm a virgin.
Mm-hmm. Wow. What was it like having every dick be downhill? In a way.
No, it was because when you're a virgin, I'm not fitting 8 inches inside of me. So
that's a good point.
So
it's a really good point.
But after that, so we used to keep.
I got a question. What's the width of an 8-inch dick look like? Was it normal, or I guess you were a virgin? Yeah, it's a solid like a good okay ring.
It was
That's thick.
Yeah,
it's not.
It was.
You okay? Were you okay? Like
No.
we talk about being when we talk about being hurt during your first time having sex, I imagine that was. Did he at least have the courtesy to not impale you? And
Yeah. He was such a gentleman. Yeah.
Oh, good. He knows how to use his weapon.
Yeah. And
tip of the hat to you, sir.
But what was I gonna? Oh, the book. So we had this book that was the Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it was a Game of Thrones like notebook, but we changed Game of Thrones to Game of Whores. When I say we, me and my freshman year roommates, who were roommates into our sophomore year, and we had like sections of the book where we had a list of guys that we had sex with, and then guys that we had done everything like past making out with, and but when I moved here, I wanted them to send me a picture of it so that I could keep updated with, because I'm still not confident like that I've kept track of the right amount of things.
I think like it's a really like kind of like I think young person thing to like keep a list,
keep track
at this point.
Yeah, well, I feel like movies got this weird,
right?
Yeah, like I feel like movies make you think you're gonna have a countable number. In every single movie I've seen where they talk about like who you've had sex with, they're always able to be like fine, 13. Excuse you. Yeah, that's not a number that's and are you writing this down? Is this a list? I feel like it's creepy if you do know. I once knew a guy who I ended up somehow becoming friends with his ex-girlfriend. And whenever you can become friends with an ex, they'll normally show you all the good dirt. And they told me that this guy had recorded and wrote notes about each time they had sex. And it was over like 30 times. And it was just their sex. So speaking about weird fucking, don't keep track. Just, sure, maybe first 10. Good for you. But just get past it. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's hard
after
to
that,
keep track.
yeah. Well, I think,
but it would be cool to keep a book if you can. Our record keeping skills,
like a scrapbook.
Yeah, like a scrapbook.
Yeah, it was more to look back, because we would put like a little, like a map as a legend.
Yes.
Yeah.
We would put like a little marking next to them, like if they were a resident when I was an RA, like we put that so that I could remember who they were. Because
resident when you were an RA, Jessica.
Hey. Do you really feel bad for
that? You really
guy?
thought I was going to gloss over that?
Feel bad for that guy. Don't feel bad for that guy or girl. I don't know who this.
Actually, since moving to Florida, I'm pretty sure I've been with more girls than I have guys.
That's fair. Wait, Dylan, am I still in speaker view?
No, you're not. You're in thirds.
Okay.
Don't worry. Yeah.
Good.
I'm regulating. But so what is that? Is that do you think that's because of you, or do you think that's because of your surroundings, Jess? Surroundings for sure.
My parents thought I was going to come to Florida. You're going to meet your Prince Charming working for Disney. Okay. That ain't
You're going to meet a gay guy dressed up as Prince Charming working in fucking Disney.
Exactly.
Oh. Speaking of parents, are any of your parents kind of being weird during all of this or anything like that? Yeah.
What do you mean being weird?
Well, I feel like my parents are becoming new people. I feel like I don't know whether it's my age or not, but like they're like I feel like I interact with them in very different ways now than I used to a couple years ago.
I don't know. Have always been the same.
Yeah, Jess, what do you got going on with your parents? What's happening?
My mom keeps like trying to convince me to come home.
Oh.
And I can't just fly across the country. Like that's
I get that.
It. Like not that I don't want to. I really, really want to. But for the same reason I can't leave my apartment to go have sex, I can't leave my apartment to go back home because my roommate, again, will yeet me into Tomorrowland.
Mm-hmm.
Fair.
Yeah. No, I feel like.
Go ahead.
Well, what I was going to bring up is I feel like my parents have been a lot more like, well, I think that their lives are changing. Like my dad is single again now. So that's, I think just all this sex talk makes me think of just that newfound relationship. And, having a dad go from married to single is very interesting. But then not that it's not that he's been some sex maniac in the sheets, but it's definitely it's just fun to view my whole life. It's been having a parent that wasn't on the prowl, and now I got a parent on the prowl, and so handling that, dad jokes take a whole new turn. They are no longer the innocent jokes they once were. Now there's normally somewhere a pussy or penis joke to be to entered into the conversation. But no, I feel like my parents have been a lot more kind of like looser in a way with like the stuff like we talk about and shit like that. That's why I think I'm not afraid to do this podcast as much because it's like we're
this specific episode or like the podcast
just this podcast in general. I'm sure there's could be a lot of stuff on here that could get me in trouble, especially with them, especially with family. If you don't have those communication networks kind of open. And again, I feel like at a certain point I'm like, fuck it, we got them open. So here you go. Here come the floodgates.
Yeah. When you brought up parents, I really thought you were it was something like more sex related, as in like, have your parents ever caught you, or have you ever had sex in your parents' bed? Oh. Which are both questions I would like answered.
Well, let's answer your own question first, Soph. What?
My question? Okay, So my parents have never caught me. The only
in
thing
any capacity at all.
No, I'm absolutely not. My parents have never seen me in any state. Really.
Okay.
Like drunk or high. Well, maybe they've seen me drunk, but like very good at 1, 2, 3 sober. But they've never caught me. The closest thing I ever got to being caught was when, because like I am a loud person in bed. Like I can't help it. Like my roommate, her wall is connected to my wall, and she has heard me move furniture so many times. And it was first boyfriend, and I remember him telling me, yeah, my dad asked me the other day, y'all having sex? And I said no. And I was like, eh. But like that's the closest we've ever gotten to like being caught, or like I've ever gotten to being caught. Have I had sex in my parents' bed? Yes. That was the first time I did anal also. It was an accidental anal, because there was so much lube. He just slipped out and then like accidentally entered the hole several times. And I had forgotten about that because I was like incredibly drunk. And then the next day I was like, why is my butt hurt?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God. Yeah. So yeah.
Do you have a story? Because I do.
Yes, I want to hear it.
You're kind of in it.
I believe it. Yeah.
So I don't know why we were going out, but we went out.
We want to give it a shot.
When you guys tried to date, I remember.
No, not that. Way after that.
Oh, after that.
it was, yeah, like, I mean, like, out on the town. Like, we were out with, like, Josh and Michelle. It was the night that Michelle dumped a drink on Josh. Anyway, but we came back to my house, and we did the thing, but, and we were in the downstairs bedroom, and my parents' bedroom was upstairs, and I didn't think that they could hear us. I don't know if I've ever told you this.
Yes, yes! Wait, and then Jenna was involved somehow?
Because the next day was our Friendsgiving. Jenna wasn't involved in this.
Okay,
the next day, I was sitting, like, on the island, in our kitchen, and my mom came up behind me. I don't know if Dylan was there, or if he had left and come back, but anyway, my mom came and pulled my hair, and I said, ow, and she said,
I remember this story.
Does Dylan know you don't like that? And I was like, and so,
I know this, fuck yeah.
That's, so did she catch us? No. Does she know? Also, yes.
Uh-huh.
I have to, I'm trying to, control my, reactions because I don't want to peek. I don't want to peek the mic, but oh my God, I wanted to scream so bad. That was so funny. I love that story so much. And I remember Friendsgiving. I remember you telling us that this happened, and I was like, ah.
Your mom's the true hero in that story, I would say.
I love your mother.
Oh,
yeah.
That is a great story. I'm glad you brought it up. So I don't have the best stories. I've been, so I don't, like, the sex is weird. I can't remember ever being walked in on, having sex or anything. But definitely as a guy, if you're not getting caught at least once jerking off, you haven't explored the realms of possibility yet. I definitely got caught by my stepdad once. I was just in the living room, and
I remember that. Okay.
Pants around the ankles, and I was like, nah. What are you gonna do? I hid behind the counter. I couldn't get him up in time, and I was like, you don't want to see my dick right now. So, and luckily my mom didn't come until later. Oh, kitty. And then the other time, I think my brother walked in on me once, and I was like, nah. Whatever, we're cool. So I've been walked in on for sure, but it's been family. It's been good. You don't want a stranger to have to walk in on that. No Louis C.K.
I would
situations.
No, I think I'd rather a stranger than my family, because I have to see my family every day.
Yeah, but
you're a girl. I know who has walked in on me. We all know him.
Who?
Tyler.
I feel like he has, but give the story. I gotta.
Was it you two again? It must have been.
Yes, it was. Yeah. Well, hey, we have.
I also walked in on you guys.
Yeah, a lot of people have. I feel like our entire. We have
close the door.
No, they normally are closed. I feel like I think most people walk in on us, including opening the door.
This one, I remember I hadn't seen Tyler in 2 years, and we were at a party at Matt's house, and Dylan and I were upstairs, and Tyler walked in and was like, oh God, sorry, a hairy ass, and I was naked, and I'm like, oh my God, Tyler, I haven't seen you in so long, and I got up to hug him naked, and then he was like, no, I don't even think he knew who I was at that point.
Yeah, it was. Did he turn on the light or leave it off? I feel like I was drunk. I was really drunk. I don't remember.
He left, and then he went downstairs back into the garage, and then I got dressed, but my outfit was on backwards, and then I came downstairs and was like, hey, Tyler.
I think I stayed passed out too, right? I don't think I got up. Yeah, I think I was like, fuck all this shit after.
Do you remember when there was a party at Matt's house, and then you got so drunk you ate an entire loaf of bread?
Yes, 100%. I think I searched for that bread a long time before I was able to finally eat it. I thought, oh, the fridge.
You're so happy.
I used to love loafed bread when I was getting in my young drunk days. Loafed bread was the best possible fucking thing ever. I mean, instant sobriety, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just surround the loaf of bread, but
that's so funny.
Mhm. Where should we go from here? You have a topic in mind?
I
need to pee so bad.
Go pee. That's the nature of the podcast. Go pee.
Okay. Do we all want to take a pee break?
Yeah, we can take a little break.
Because I need a snack.
Alrighty, snack it up. I may just stay here and talk.
Okay. I'll be our. Well, okay. Well, wait. So the next topic I wanted to talk about was like people like you almost had sex with, or people that you've been surprised you haven't had sex with.
Yes, I'm so down. I have one. I have a story for the books.
Okay, excellent. Okay, I'll be right back.
Perfect. Okay, sounds good. Hey, folks. Hope you're enjoying the the podcast. Taking a much different route this time. I guess we'll chill out here. We may edit this out, maybe not. Yeah, those are my best friends. I fucking love them to death. I've known them since high school. I mean, forever. We became best friends in high school, which like senior year pretty much, which is possible. Stayed in touch, group chats. Sadly, we're all scattered everywhere, which is whatever happens once you kind of grow old and spread out, get jobs. Like Jessica, she's working for Disney World right now. We have Sofia, she's at where is she at? Not UCLA. That's USC. She's at USC right now. So yeah, proud. We're getting some more friends on here. I got another group of guys, probably Josh and Gibby will get up here, that are a hoot and a holler. We'll talk about kind of all sorts of stuff too. I'm gonna take a little bong ripper here. Yeah, well, both of them are single. Cute. That's one, I guess me and Jessica have fucked, that's clearly. But besides that, I like to keep it just one friend in the group. I haven't done anything with anyone else. Like we kiss, New Year's and shit like that, but whatever. That's pretty innocent overall. Nice. Welcome back.
Hello.
So what have you been doing to keep yourself busy, Jess?
TikTok.
TikTok, yes. Yeah, so what are the ideas for today? You said you had, what was the one?
So the whole, idea of TikTok is you take someone else's audio and you do something to it. Actually, I'm going to tell the story of, hold on, I got to.
Yeah, jump around. I have ADD too.
Okay, so do you remember the Naked Brothers band show?
Yes.
So, the theme song goes, "If it's not love, then what is?"
I don't know it that well, but anyway, sadly, okay.
So the lyrics of the song are, if that's not love, then what is? If it's not friendship, then what is? And people have taken that sound and said things like, oh, like when you're drunk and your girlfriend holds your hair back, like if that's not love, then what is? So I'm going to take that sound and tell the story of when our friend lost her virginity in the tent.
In the tent? Yeah.
And we made the victory.
Same camping trip, right? Or different
that was the same camping trip.
Beautiful. I think that'll be wonderful. And so we have that one, then you have the guy guessing farts.
the guy, he guesses his fart before he farts, and then he sees how accurate he is. And that there's a song that says, "I think I'm catching feelings," and that's gonna be me catching feelings for Fart Boy. And then there's a few other.
Want to shout out your TikTok? Your name? They're hella fucking good. They're hella good. Give yourself a shout out.
My TikTok is "Who's That Girl?" and it's like 2 underscores between each word. So who's _ that _ girl. Like
we'll put it up in the video. Yeah. Who's that girl?
Yes.
I got it. Fuck yeah. I don't actually have a TikTok. I'm very scared to get addicted to it. That's the only reason I don't have it.
So incredibly addicting. I can't even. But yeah, it's so fun. Like it's just.
How many viewers do you have? Or subscribers? How does it work? Is it viewers and subscribers, or?
It's different than any other social media platform because you create your content.
Because China created it?
Yeah, but you post it and it doesn't just go to your followers. It goes to everyone, except it goes to a certain number of people based on the TikTok algorithm and what they think.
So it's sent it to like the community, kind of.
Yes. and like based on what hashtags you use and what sound you used. And so my most viewed one it's a High School Musical one, and it's me talking about online dating and how no guys want me. And then
yes, I've seen that. I like that one. They're kicking ass. You're really fucking good at it. I don't. How did you? Is it all self-taught, or did you like look up shit on YouTube and get the laydown?
It's just like watching other people. But what I do, I like to take sounds that people have already done things with and just like add my own. Mm-hmm. So it's like because some people will just verbatim copy exactly what they see from someone's TikTok. I'm like, what's the point of that?
They just copy it and then repost it.
Yeah.
Yes, I've seen that. That's what uncreative people do.
Yeah.
What editing shit do you use?
The app, the TikTok app.
Oh, it does everything?
That's not true. Like the Mean Girls one where I was all free plastics and then I'm like lip syncing at the same time. That one we use like picto frames so we can put the videos next to each other and then we splice the videos together. But it's so fun.
Yeah. Well, I've been editing this podcast.
Talking without me?
Yeah, we're talking without you. We're talking about our TikToks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I was saying I've had so much fun editing this podcast. It's like making the intro video is so much fucking fun. Like, and you spend hours on it. I didn't eat. I spent all day and didn't eat.
Yeah.
Have a snack. Have like some hummus and chips. Come on.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's nice because you overeat some days. So like I'm doing intermittent fasting. So it's like I eat from 1 to 9. Like that's, and then I don't eat the rest of the time, which is pretty easy. Like my stomach got used to it. So it's like you just don't eat breakfast essentially. And
don't do that anyway.
There you go. So I just do it on purpose.
That's my routine anyway. Like I don't.
There you go. Yeah, 1 to 9, and however, you're in great shape.
I did get high. I think it's just my metabolism, and also I've been microdosing meth, i.e., taking Adderall.
Yeah, how's that going? Is that what's it for?
ADHD. Like it's fine. It's not really doing anything. Like I'm taking 20 milligrams, and it hasn't done anything. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like.
Yeah, I got a anxiety bike. That was one of my. I stole it from my mom. Sorry, Mom. Yeah, well, I acknowledge that I have like depression and anxiety, which I've never acknowledged before, and I didn't know what it looked like, and I think that was a big reason why, because like I was getting angry, and I didn't know why I was getting. I'm not an angry person, like in every logical way, I'm not angry, but emotionally, like I was starting to get pissed at things, and like really like, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And then one day, like I kind of had like a breakdown with my parents. We got in some big ass fight, and I was like, why am I so angry at like nothing? And so I looked up online, and I was like, why might I be angry? And then it was just like, you have depression, young man. And I was like, oh, this is interesting. And so I looked up all the attributes of depression, and I had everything. And then I was like, well, let's check out anxiety. And I had everything. And I was like, this is fun. All right. And so like this was about like 2 weeks ago. But ever since so super recent. But I think I think I would have eventually acknowledged it, but I think my life was so busy and so crazy, like oftentimes like emotions don't have time to shine through anyways, but like with this COVID shit, I've just been able to chill, sit at home, and then you kind of get to learn a lot about yourself, I guess. And so yeah, I got this anxiety bike. My mom used to have it but never used it, and you just jump on it and I'll just fucking like do work, and I just pedal, and it just it felt so fucking good. And then I picked up yoga, which I've talked about enough on this podcast, but lots of yoga. Yeah. Yeah, so I haven't gone to the pills like that stuff yet, but it's definitely like if it doesn't, because my anxiety slightly is coming back a little bit. Mm-hmm. Like the depression's been good. I've been journaling a lot too, which has helped, but we'll see about like the anxiety and kind of what happens there. I know you're kind of a pro in that market, so I know you've been dealing with it since high school and stuff. At least that's where I kind of know it.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you have like any questions ever, I've tried it all.
Yeah,
there's so many things.
Yeah, I know I watched. There's a great Netflix comedy special with Neil Brennan called 3 Mics. It's pretty fucking amazing. It's he talks about his depression and anxiety through comedy, and
that's always good.
Yeah, it's
shit, that's the 3 mics thing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I've seen that. It's so fucking good.
It's so fucking
good. I'm peeking.
Couldn't recommend it more. I may always be peeking, I feel like.
I don't think you're peeking.
Okay, cool.
I yell, and so I know I'm probably peeking.
I have my voice carries, but I think that actually may be okay on a mic, because I don't get the.
Yeah, no, it makes it a little bit more clear actually. But yeah,
it's good. Nice.
So let's jump back in.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you fill in Jessica?
About?
Oh, about like the next, like the question that I had next.
Oh, yes, but re-say it.
Oh, okay. So tell me a story about somebody that like you almost had sex with, or somebody who you're surprised you've never had sex with.
Okay, you want me to start?
Yeah.
I have a story that peeves me, fucking gets me I talk about getting like blue balled, and like there's a certain amount like of there's something in the air right now. I might argue with women and men, in which I feel like women feel very powerful in their ability to lead you on to the point of the red zone and just be like, nope, society says I can say no whenever, and just fucking, and so, but this wasn't an American situation either. This was in Spain. And I was there for summer. I had just worked 4 weeks at a tennis camp. And then I was doing 2 weeks of like solo travel. And so I was in Spain, I was in Barcelona, and like the very first night there, I go into this restaurant, and the first girl I meet is super fucking cute. I forget her nationality, but the restaurant was mainly Venezuelan workers, but I don't think she was Venezuelan. But regardless, super cute. She was definitely foreign, like kind of short, curly hair, tan. She worked at this bar, but whatever. So I end up like befriending these people. We like become like really good friends. We're making jokes. They take me to this Venezuelan independence party. It's a fucking blast. The night's going well. Like it kind of ends there. Me and her just kind of keep it friendly. And then she like texts me like, so I mean, there's a little thing established, and she texted me like 2 or 3 days, I think like 2 or 3 days later, and she's like, hey, we're all gonna get together again, come out once the restaurant closes, we'll around like 1 or 2 to the beach, we'll have a great fucking time. I was like, perfect. And at that point I'm still not thinking anything, and so like we go to the beach, and we're all hanging out, we're smoking, we're drinking, and the night just keeps on going. And she's like, hey, like I think I'm getting kind of tired, you want to come back to my place with me? I'm like, yeah, dope, that sounds great. Yeah. And like we were gonna kiss there too. She's like, no, let's not kiss in front of all my coworkers. And I was like, cool, sounds good. So the second we get away, we kind of like hard make out. It was great. I'm like, perfect. Like we're walking to her place. It's like a fucking like, it's a decent walk away from where we're at though. Like, and I was right where like my place was at. And so we go to her place, and we get all the way up to her door, and she's like, let's go on the balcony. And she's like, I'll grab a blanket. And I'm like, fuck yeah. So we go up to the balcony, we're up there, we're on the blanket, we're making out, like it's hot, it's heavy, and then she fucking pulls back so fucking hard, like out of nowhere. She's just like, I think I just want to savor this, and I think I don't want to ruin this good thing. And sometimes like people push it too far. So how about can we just, like let's just hug? And I was like, what? And like I was like okay. And so like we sit there, and then I was just like what's going on? And then I just asked her straight up, and she was like, well, I just didn't want to like ruin a good thing. And I was like, okay, I just feel weird and creepy right now, like, because I wanted her. I wanted to fuck her so fucking bad, and I thought she did too. Like, it feels weird when it feels like it's that one-sided, Like, I don't want to be with a girl where I, like, am animalistic, and she's like, yeah. Like, that's so weird and creepy. Like, I just felt like I was like, I gotta go. Like, I just kind of walked out, and she like tried to grab me and laugh. Like, she's like, no. And I was like, no. This is over. And so, yeah, that kind of happened. And I did have to see her again, but she acted like nothing happened. I think she was kind of a cowardice person in one way or another. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. But that was one time that I had that I was like, oh, that it's baffling to me, and it's not safe, right? Like, but who am I to be respectful enough to be alone on a rooftop with a girl and not, like, she doesn't know me. Like, that's like, if she keeps that up, it's dangerous, I think. Like, I wouldn't ever want, like, my friends to, like, lead people on like that to that extent. Seems dangerous, I think.
I see.
I think, like, I think in any situation where it's like you kind of go in blind, where you don't know the person, it's like, and so like, and I'll admit, like, the person I saw last week, like, we went to, was it last week? It was like 2 weeks ago. Like, we went to the drive-ins, and I was like, I don't know who you are. We probably should have taken my car, but here we are. And it's so it's not trust, it's just stupidity. Like, I will admit, like, it's stupidity. And I'm not saying it's like stupidity for everybody, but like, for me, I will admit, like, I was stupid doing that. I'm lucky that it didn't turn out anyway.
Did you lead him on? But you
put
yourself in a situation where you probably like acted within reasonable action in a way. Like, I don't know how to put it, but like,
I know. I mean, I think we're kind of like towing the line on like victim blaming, like what's going on here. And so like, I can only speak to like my experience, and obviously I don't want to be like, oh, like it's her fault if something happens, right? Like, it's obviously like it's all his fault if something happens. But like for me, it was just general stupidity. But we were also kind of like had been talking until then. I've been sexting like 12 people since this whole COVID thing has started, and like, and you like, those are the texts that I sent in the group chat, like.
Yeah.
And so like, naturally we're like, we're gonna do this thing in the car at the drive-ins, like throwback to like high school, right? But it very easily could have like turned out the wrong thing, and like I don't mind admitting, like, that was, probably stupid on my part. It's not like I wouldn't blame him
of course
things, like, had gone differently, because I definitely would have, but it was also like, me putting myself in that position, like I will take partial credit for that, so I don't want to like, but I don't want to speak broadly for that,
Yes, but again, I think it's the situation that like was being led onto, and you never want to like, you never want to like, of course it's always the guy's fault, right? But I'm just saying, girls, don't lead, like, if you don't want to have sex, don't lead the guy on to think you want to have sex. Like, I have a question for you. I heard this, I heard someone say this, and I was like, this is an interesting thought, and we have two girls here. This is great. Do you think and that there is a chance that girls crave sexual attention just as much as they crave actual sex, if not more?
Yeah. No, because like that's why we dress up when we go out, right?
Right.
That's why we like getting like that's why we like getting like dressed up to go to a bar, because like it's fun, and it's like, for me, I guess personally, like I like to get attention when I dress up. I know not everybody does, but like I think a lot of people do. I don't know, Jess.
Yeah. I don't.
See, for you guys, it's so straightforward. I think that's so funny, because no guy would dress up to look good if he wasn't trying to get fucked. In a way, very rarely.
But I also like want to go back to like what you're talking about, like, and I think it's less about like whose fault it is, and more about setting boundaries and being clear in your communication.
Well, yeah, anyone who rapes anyone or attacks anyone, it's always that person's fault, no matter, well, unless you like jump in a tiger cage and get attacked by a tiger. But with people, it's always the person's fault if they attack.
Right. And I think what you're speaking to about like being led on, like, she hasn't communicated that it's not going to happen.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, she wants, and that's that.
Really
in my
unfair.
Theory, she just wants that attention. Like, in my theory, she wants that, like, oh man, he wants me so bad. But it's like, they don't want to give it. They're like, they don't have any interest in having that sex.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like women can now push that to a new climax of like orgasmic attention.
Yes. I think Sophia and I are not that way, because like Like if I'm going out on the town, like I'm getting fucked. Like that's, you know, like that's the end goal. I was just telling my roommate this the other day, is that like, you know, guys, when they ask you to go downtown with them, what's the point of fishing if you already have one on the line? I'm not trying to go out with a guy. I'm trying to go out to find a guy. You know?
You're not trying to just go out and have fun with your gal pals and just say, fuck the guys. We don't want them.
The perfect night is going out with your girlfriends or friends or whoever the fuck, getting drunk, and then going home with somebody.
Yes. You never know where you're going to end up. Yeah.
That's the best
and
night.
I think that's why we're all friends, though. I think I found people of like-mindedness.
We
get each other.
And we support each other through it.
And we 100% support each other. Exactly. And I bet you there's a lot of friends groups out there that are like, gal pals for life, fuck this, you know, we never bring guys home. We always come home together. Yeah. And it's like, and they're friends.
Yeah. and that's fine for them. That's fine. Yeah. It's just that we could never, it couldn't be us.
No.
Couldn't be us. Yeah.
And I'm glad we're on this side of it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it's funny. I think like us three specifically in like our larger friend group are more of those kinds of friends, because like, well, I mean, like Monica's like has a boyfriend or whatever, but like even before, like Monica is a little bit like more level-headed.
Yeah, I would agree. We're a little more sporadic. We'll just do shit. If someone says you want to do it, we'll be like, I want to do it.
The thing is, we're enablers.
Yeah, that's true. We're normally the ones asking.
Or the ones like pushing each other to. It's like, oh, should I do this or should I do this? And we're all like, do it.
It's fun.
Yeah, because I want to see what happens.
Yeah, and I like to do shit with people. I'll never want to do it alone.
Exactly.
So, like, I like a buddy. I'm like, let's go in there together.
Yeah.
It was like the camping trip. Like, I love that when me and Jess went on that together. And I brought my Bible, and we slept in the tent. And I remember reading my Bible in that tent. I was
so cute.
Yeah. Oh, and we were just friends, right? We didn't fuck or anything. Or did we?
No. That was before.
I think we were just friends.
I think we kissed, but I think that's because everyone kissed.
Yeah, probably.
Did you guys get drunk then?
Yes, we drank. Okay. Well, yeah, we drank. I drank hard alcohol and alcohol in general for the first time. For me, I think.
Do you remember? Me and Jess were just talking about this. The spirit tunnel we made for Mackenzie.
Oh, I remember the spirit tunnel in the tent. Oh, it was her and it was Tattoo Crotch. What's his name?
Is it Mauricio?
Mauricio.
Yeah.
Tattoo Crotch.
Sorry, doesn't he have a?
I don't know.
Sorry, I thought he. If he doesn't, I don't know. I'm sorry. Oh, it's okay. It's whatever. It's all love.
Yeah. Okay. We'll go back to the original question, Jessica. I'm going to throw it to you.
Yeah. Do you remember the original question, Jess?
So the question was, is there anyone that like I don't believe we didn't have sex, or is that it?
Like that you're surprised you didn't have sex with, or like you came close to having sex with, but like it never happened. So it's like a blue ball story / like I'm surprised we've never done this.
Do you have a story, Soph?
I don't. Well, I have.
That you're alluding to?
I don't have a story, but like I'm thinking about like. I'm just going to go first, and then we'll throw it to Jessica.
Yeah, cool. Jessica I think it might help Jessica's story.
Jessica hasn't been talking enough.
Okay.
We'll get her in.
Yeah. So it's actually the tomorrow situation, because in my fraternity, I am in a fraternity of cinematic artists, and it's a co-ed fraternity. Of which I unwittingly became the vice president.
Rock on.
I hate my job. But anyway, so how many people is it now? 4 people I have like hooked up with / had relationships with in this fraternity so far. Which is like a relatively high number considering the rest of the people. And this other guy has also like, he's a slut. And I am also a slut. Like we're on the level playing field. And I was always like, he's had sex with way too many people. Like, I don't want to, you know. And then I was like, Sophia, you're slut shaming. And so it would actually be feminism if we slept together.
Beautiful.
But so have you shown interest in each other? Like, two-face?
Like, the thing is, like, he's very much like, he actually reminds me of a lot like Dylan, in the sense that it's just kind of like, it's like, oh, it's Dylan, you know, like that's just how he is, you know.
I'll take it.
Okay. That's just who he is,
take it.
You know. And it's like, it's a very endearing thing, and he's just kind of like,
how much of that stuff do you got to say? Just ignore it. That's just
it's
Dylan.
not ignore it. It's just
everything else is great.
Like, you have fun, and you're just like, just how you are, and then like you'll do like these little stupid things, and it's like, oh my God, Dylan, like you're just like that, you know. And like you're the fun friend, like that's who you are.
I appreciate that. I'll take it.
Yeah. And so he's a little bit similar in which, like, oh, it's just Connor, you know, like, oh, it's just him. And so he like matched with me on Hinge. He answered a question that I had on Hinge, and then like I messaged him back out of courtesy, you know, like, and then he messaged me back, and then I never messaged him back. And then he slid into my Instagram DMs, and he just sent me a photo of a playground slide. Which I was like, oh,
that's cool.
Like, okay.
That's as cool as it gets. He sent you a location. He sent you a fucking location.
Doesn't that like slide like slide into?
It was like slide into. Yeah. And so I was like, oh, this is clever. So I'm just gonna follow up, because like, thing is, if you are persistent enough with me, I will eventually just drop my pants, like eventually. Especially, and also, but like that.
What percentage of girls, just for the guys out there, how many guys no, we don't want to encourage stalkers.
Like, don't encourage that. But like,
we don't encourage stalkers.
Well, the fact is, like, I never like responded back to him on Hinge, and so I'm like, oh, it's because it's fucking Connor, you know?
Yeah.
But then like nevertheless, he persisted and slid into my Instagram DMs with the slides. So I was like, I'll lean into this and see what happens.
He slid in with the slides. I thought you messaged him. I thought you slid into his DMs and he responded with the slide. Like,
no. Slid. No. He, like, you know, he sent me a picture, like a stock image of a slide.
That's really funny.
Yeah, and like, please take that, because I think it was brilliant. I thought it was really cute. And so naturally I was like, let's see where this goes, because I'm, again, very bored. And also he's been quarantining with my friend who lives like 2 houses down. So I'm like, the dick is safe.
So this is the tomorrow boy.
Yeah. And also, he is so much, like, I've had to tell my friends, like, don't let me fuck Connor at this party tonight, because I will. I will try. And I need to not. And he is like exactly my type, because he is 6'3" and there.
Okay. And he exists.
That's it. That's my type, is tall and there.
That's shout out to tall guys.
Like mentally there? Like if they're not mentally there?
Nope, just physically, actually.
Just there. Like here. Yeah. And here, hold on. I don't want to show you a picture of him. This is
actually, it's okay.
Edit this out.
Yeah, I'll edit it out.
Hold on.
We'll go bloop bloop. It'll be weird.
Yeah, hold on.
And then we get to hear Jess's story.
Okay, hold on. I don't know if you can.
Oh, which one? He looks fun.
The white guy?
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Mona. That's Mona. That's one of my best friends. And then this is Atessa.
Yeah, how have you not done him?
Because again, it's Connor. And like,
okay.
It's just like,
is that what that means? Is we're never gonna fuck? It's Dylan.
Well, no. Dylan, I'm also surprised that we haven't had sex. Genuinely, I am surprised.
I'm surprised. I really enjoyed keeping my distance when in the younger years of our friendship. Sounds like that's important. This is good.
Yeah, it's just with how incestuous like our friend group is.
Yeah,
like,
I am surprised though. I think, but I'm I appreciate you, Jess. I loved our relationship. I loved the sex we had. Because I think me and you could have done it best. I think that was the thing. Is you're kind of complicated, and me and Jess are
you're pretty straightforward.
Yeah, yes. Me and Jess are way more like kind of just a little loop-de-loop a little bit. Like we don't know.
You're on each you're on like the same level like vibes wise.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it just like that was I think why we were drawn together, and naturally, in my opinion, like I was like, fuck yeah, this.
Yeah, it was like
Jess was the only one I was like, I could probably have sex with this girl and keep a friendship.
That is so nice.
I'm glad you appreciate it. Because honestly, if I would have had sex with you or Mon, I don't know if it would have, I don't know how far, we would have gone.
Yeah.
But,
that's true.
I'm, so that's my rationale. I think that's why we
No, it makes sense.
Yeah. Now
you're
good
for Jess, yeah.
Yeah, Jess, oh.
So, this is again someone else that Dylan knows. I'm pretty sure you remember who he is. And you might have even seen this happen. That back to the question of someone that like either why we didn't have sex or how have we not had sex. Not even necessarily that I wanted to, but this is what happened.
Yeah.
His name. Do you remember? Okay, so Dylan came to visit me a few times in college. Do you remember that group of like older guys that we would hang out with? And we never understood why they let us hang around because we were really obnoxious. Do you hear that dog barking?
Oh, like loud and clear, yeah.
Is that, yeah. All right, get with it.
Anyway, I was waiting for the dogs to stop barking. So Francisco was one of the guys. And
I was gonna ask. I was like Fabrizio. I couldn't remember his name.
Francisco. So like I would go over, and sometimes it would just be me and him. Sometimes it would be me, him, and his roommate. But like one time, I was laying on his bed, and he was literally spanking me and like whispering in my ear and like pulling my hair. We'd never kissed or anything, and like he would do all of this shit, and then look at me and go, "But not for real," and then walk away. One night we were, and this would happen so often, and I never knew what his deal was, but we would be like laying in bed, like cuddling, and he would he would totally on purpose like turn me on to the point of frustration, and then he would be like, "But not for real, bye." And I told him, like when it got to like towards the end of the year, I said, I feel like if we were to have sex, you would still be like, "But not for real, bye."
I think it's easier for him or some shit. I don't know.
So, yeah, but that I don't know why. And again, it's not like Francisco was someone that I was like, I need him, but that was just how our friendship was. So I don't know.
Was he hot?
He was cute. He was not my type. Like,
what is your type?
So me and my friend were talking about this once. Like, what's your type of guy? And she said that she's into type of guys that look like they sell drugs. And I was like, oh, like frat guys that look like like the boat shoes and the tall white frat guys. That's exactly my type. And she said, never mind. My type is that she really meant that she was into guys that looked like they did drugs. So
that's fucking funny. That's a good distinction.
So that's how we always like. She goes for the guys who look like they do drugs, and I go for the guys that look like they sell the drugs.
Okay, so like more like bratty.
Absolutely. I hate that I am so into the type of guys that I'm into. But
what? Honestly, who doesn't hate that they're into their type?
Yeah, because once you date enough of them or talk to enough of them, you're like, fuck, this is interesting. I've noticed I can't. But the question is also like, is it my choice or are these the people that are attracted to me? You know what I mean? Like, do these people find me or do I find them? I don't fucking know. But blonde-haired, blue-eyed girls, I can't get away from them. That's like the girl I'm talking to right now, blonde-haired, blue-eyed. My last girlfriend, blonde-haired, blue-eyed. My first girlfriend, blonde-haired, blue-eyed. I had one girlfriend who was brunette. But, like, I always find blonde-haired, blue-eyed girls. And I'm like, is it me? Or are maybe those are the type of girls that are attracted to me?
That's a good question.
I don't fucking know. But I can't seem to shake them. And I'm a total, I want a tall, brunette. Like, it's like if I could have a dream girl, tall, thick brunette. Ooh. But I always find, blonde, blue-eyed girls. I do like thick. If I'm gonna go into my type, I like them thick. I like them silly, goofy. Yeah.
Can you define thick?
Yeah, I can. I mean, like, I like wide hips. I don't want them. I want them. Like, if you sit down, I don't like a lot of, like, I don't like fat. Like, I don't like a shit ton of, like if you're standing, I don't want to see rolls in a way.
Right.
Like, if you're standing, but if you're like, I don't mind rolls at all if you're sitting. It's kind of cute. I like something to grab onto. Like, I like that, like, what could you say? Like big thighs, nice ass. Like, I could care less about tits. I don't know. I don't care. But
do you like being able to, like, throw a girl around? Or, like,
it's never been something that I've necessarily been drawn to as much or cared about. But like, I've been with some really small chicks, and honestly, like, it's like throwing them around wasn't my favorite part. Like, I like picking them up kind of was, like, if I guess that, like, that's like a little bit, like, you can just kind of, pick them up or put them down as much as you want. That's kind of better, but I don't know about no throwing around. I don't get too into that. Take them by the ankle.
That's one thing that I'm always not sad, because I like being tall. Like, I love wearing heels and be like, yes, I am the tallest one in the room. Anyway, but when I am in the club, yes, when I am in the club, a guy picks me up on the dance floor. I'm just like, this isn't it. I'm not like overweight or anything, but it's just like, I'm too big of a body for you to do this with.
They're trying.
Well, but one time, wouldn't they be able to know, or are they just, like, overestimating what they can do?
No, they can do it. That's not the problem.
Yeah.
They can do it. The issue is
we're strong
afterward. So, like, I asked Jenna one time when we were in Mexico in a club, and I was like, hey, did that look cool, what that guy was doing? And she said, it kind of looked like a giraffe climbing a tree.
How are they picking you up?
I slowly need time to picture it.
Wait,
there.
Dylan, do you pick girls up when you're in a club?
Never.
Like, pick them up? Yeah, like, that's like, can we go back to, like, people physically picking you up in a club setting? Because that's what confuses me.
But
all the time. I think it's just my energy says pick me up.
I get that. I could see that. I may want to pick you up. We've danced before. I don't know.
Yes.
If I have.
I've had people flip me in, like, country bars. I am 5'9". How are you physically able to flip me without my consent? Like, what?
This is a great question I would love to ask. Guys at bars, how should they hit on you? What should be the approach? How do you care? What's a guy's move?
Get me a drink, because I am like,
I've never bought a girl a drink in my life. Am I a bad person? Is that why I'm not? Is that why I'm not as successful at getting laid at bars?
Maybe. Honestly, well, because, like, I mean, so personally, like, this is me personally speaking. I don't think this will really ring true for anybody else, but, like, I am naturally, like,
just your opinion.
Naturally, I'm, like, a very shy person, and the reason I like alcohol is not for the taste, but it's that it lowers my inhibitions, and so I don't become as anxious, and so I get what I want. I get what sober Sophia wants more easily. And so, like, I am better at flirting. Like, I am better at, like, being comfortable, like, in my body when I am a little bit intoxicated.
You get connected with yourself. That's dope.
Yeah. And so, like, when I say, like, get me a drink, I mean more just, like, make sure I have a drink in my system. So, and that'll usually go a little bit better. But it also, because, like, for me specifically, I am very honest regardless of whether I am sober or drunk. So if I'm not into you, I will tell you straight up, do not talk to me.
Good. Well, I don't know about good, but good.
Well, it won't be like, do not talk to me, but it will be like, okay.
Depends how much alcohol.
I'm going to go back to my friends now. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Like, it will be like a clear signal of, like, no. But yeah, but I think in like, I don't really know about girls in general. I don't know, just maybe you have like a better handle.
I am the what do you call that? The hunter and the prey. I know that's bad.
Mm-hmm. But no, you're good. When a girl says it, it's fine. When a guy says it, it's wrong. A girl can hunt, a guy cannot.
100%. I am the one. I mean, like, most of the time when I'm in a club, guys don't even say anything. They just come up behind me and start dancing. And then if I think they're cute enough, I'm like, this is fine. But yeah, most of the time I like to seek them out. One time I saw, this is a really random story, but I saw a guy dancing on the dance floor. Like, hold on, I'm gonna.
Yes.
He was first off, his whole head was above the crowd. He was that tall, and he was dancing like this. And that's when I knew. I was like, that's who I'm going home with tonight. So again, I don't even think I say anything to them. I just walk up to them and give them the eyeballs, the fuck me eyeballs, as Cody would say. And yeah.
that seems like a great fucking approach. I'm sure a lot of guys appreciate that. I don't get that. I've gotten that a few times. It's about, I hate going out, so I don't know. And I normally will go out, like, I'll resent it so much, I'll purposely get high and just be like, fuck this shit. I'll go out, I'll get tired and just go home. I sabotage myself most of the time, to be honest. I like home so much. But yeah, I don't know. It's I would say from a guy's point of view, I can't stand going up behind girls. I hate that shit. I think it's weird. I think it's awkward. Like, just going up behind someone and just grabbing someone. It's not what I think is attractive. Have you ever, like how often do you normally just say fuck it and just let it happen and right out? No? Good, because I would get rejected. I've been rejected a lot through it. When I started it, and I was like, this is stupid. This is not healthy. I feel like a guy hunting, and I don't like to. I would rather be preyed upon all day.
I like it, and it's usually so quick to know whether or not I'm gonna let him stay where he is. Come up behind me, and then if I'm not into it, I literally just spin myself out of it and go, no, and then
turn it into an elementary song.
Yeah, and then move on to whoever's, thank you, next.
Yes. Well, I would say, like, as a guy, I've always loved being like the prey. It's like I don't know very many guys that wouldn't want to be hit on, and like it just because it never happens. Like, it almost never happens.
The times I've tried, I've been turned down. I've tried like a few times.
That's incredible.
I get turned down. I don't know.
What are these how are you asking them? What are these situations? Maybe you suck at it because you're so out of practice.
Maybe. Well, I just say, hi, I think you're cute. Do you want to dance? And then they say no.
Oh, they're intimidated. They're whatever so that cute. Is. Oh, you are so cute. I almost wanted to just say, yeah, let's go dance.
I don't know what it is.
They're probably I think they're intimidated.
Are you dancing as you're asking?
Like, am I like going like,
wow, you can really dance.
Wow,
you can really dance. She went.
Boom, boom, boom.
I also would love to talk about how we are as wing people for our friends, because I remember one time I was a wing woman for Monica. We were out in Reno, and Dylan was there, and Monica was like, hey, Jess, I think that guy is really cute. You should go, like, set me up with him. And so what did I do? I am just very straightforward. I walked up and I grabbed Monica by the hand, and I grabbed that guy by the hand and said, hi, this is Monica. And then I put their hands together. And that has worked for me, for my friends, every time.
Well, I think it's because the guy knows that the girl set this up. So again, the guy feels like, oh, okay, this is comfortable. I feel safe here. I can hit on this girl, and I know she wants it. That's tough, because I don't want to hit on girls that don't want to be hit on, but I do want to hit on girls. My roommate's making faces. But I do want to hit on girls that like do want to be hit on. And the question is, like, how the fuck do you know? And you don't. And that's the complicatedness. Do you guys remember in high school we had the spirit days where you could wear the red, yellow, or green shirt?
Oh my God, yeah.
Can we bring that to a bar, please?
Well, okay.
So, do you want to explain it, or should I explain it?
Well, I was just saying, like, I think, like, one of the Kardashians or Jenners did this for their birthday, where they had, like, the cups, and so, you wear or, like, bring around the cup if you're single, and it's green. If you're talking, it's yellow, and if you're taken, it's red.
Yeah.
And so that was, I can't believe that the school let us do that. Genuinely.
That was shocking. But I feel like the school didn't, like, I've seen schools. I saw a school online. This was fucking insane. A school did a thing where they blindfolded the kids and had the parents kiss their kids on the mouth.
I did that.
That's weird. Can we acknowledge that is weird? Your parents should not be making out with you.
That's some white people shit.
I don't
remember if they kissed them on the mouth or not.
Giving their son a big old smoochum. But so what was that a rally we had at our high school?
It was the welcome back rally, and I had some of the football players sit out, and I had their moms come, and I told the audience.
On the cheek.
Yeah. I told the audience that, like,
the mouth. Like, I watched a video where these parents made out with their kids. Made out with them. That. I don't like it either. It was probably in Florida.
You're not wrong.
Oh, but yeah, I'm like, it's hard to know what girls want to be hit on and what don't. And it's like, you don't want to, again, in this day and age where it's like, you don't want to be creepy or weird. You don't want to, it's like, you're just trying. So as a guy, I'm just trying not to freak a girl out.
And I think that's great. Like, I think that's,
yeah.
I think, yeah.
It's an interesting dynamic.
I would say like my personal experience, like right now, if me and my roommate were to go out, even though, like, say she doesn't have a boyfriend, before she had a boyfriend, if her and I were to go out, you would 100% know, do not talk to her, and I'm going to go home with you. Like, that's just based on our body language.
That's a good point, how ignorant are, like, but I feel like bars are different because it's dark and it's loud. Personalities don't always shine through. During the day, I can pick them out like a G. Mm-hmm. Like, if I see a girl during the day eating, like, it's doing something, like, I would approach her. Like, that's fine. It's the bar scene where I feel like a real fucking, like, guy in a trench coat sneaking around trying to fucking get people. But, like, during the day, I'll totally walk up and say hi, hello. Like,
you would think it would be the opposite, because I think a lot of guys assume that if a girl is at a bar, she wants to be hit on, which is not necessarily the case. Like, sometimes, like in my roommate's case, I dragged her out there. She doesn't want to talk to anyone.
Yeah, but I think the difference is I can, like, smile and talk to you in public, and I'll become your friend before I become the person who hits on you, in a way, like, I'll ease you into who I am, and then you can slowly just be like, okay, or back off before I have to. But at a bar, you gotta be so, like you just gotta shoot your shot. Otherwise, there's no fucking way you can't be like, unless it's a nice quiet bar or something, which is great in its own facet. Sometimes you can't have a conversation. It's all action. That's all it is. It's let me grab you, kind of, and hope you think I'm cute. Yeah, exactly. It sounds like Lilo and Stitch. I did love that Lilo and Stitch TikTok. Or was it a TikTok? I watched your super old video. Jess, did you have a Lilo and Stitch TikTok recently?
Yes. Was it me and Jenna?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. That wasn't one I was very proud of. That was just one that I wanted to show because me and Jenna were in it together. Jenna made one, a Lilo and Stitch one, and it went viral. So
really?
Yeah, it's her. Like, she has a tortilla blanket, and she's in a blanket, and she's talking about how her friend is going back to her ex. Anyway, it was very relatable content, and everyone was like, blah, 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 we love it.
Nice. See, that's crazy when going viral and all that shit. You never know what the fuck people are gonna like nowadays. Anyone could be a star, superstar.
He's so cute. But I mean, like, I think to, like, the bar point, like, I don't know anybody. Maybe you guys do, but I don't know anybody who's, like, met their significant other at a bar.
My brother met his significant other through, this is a funny story, and this is probably like how people meet their people is like interesting in ways, especially now. I feel like mostly it's online. I feel like it's the very typical in a way. But my brother met a girl because his best friend or one of his good friends worked at like Safeway or some shit, and he had a crush on her. And they're still dating now, so fuck it. But it's like she started working there, and then my brother was like, all right, you got a month or some shit like that, like shoot your shot, and so he backed off for like a month, and then nothing happened, so he's like, all right, I'm jumping in. And now hey, look, they're fucking dating, and been dating for like 2 or 3 years, living together now.
Shit.
That's a crazy one. Just as far as like I like the whole friend aspect of it. Like stealing or like giving your friend a shot. I feel like we all
yeah.
What were we talking about before?
We were talking about we talked about this bar thing, like, and then like
we've kind of
like what's a way. Jess, do you have a question?
No.
No.
What I do have, I don't know that it's necessarily a question, or if we could just tell stories about like what the weirdest morning after a hookup.
that's I feel like that's much more of a girl story as of right now.
Okay.
All right, you guys talk. I gotta pee.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait for him to come back to answer.
Okay. I don't know what I've been having to pee a lot, which I guess is good.
It's good. It's healthy. Do you need to go now?
I don't. Should I?
Like before a field trip, it's like, okay, well, have you gone to the bathroom? Because it's gonna be a long ride.
Yeah, I'll go.
What, did Jess have to?
And then, Jess was like, should I go pee? And I was like, Jess, think about it like when you're about to go on a field trip and the teacher's like, you need to go pee. Now is the time.
Yeah, you gotta. Sometimes just gotta go.
Yep.
I'll load up another little bong here.
Love to see it.
You've been just constantly smoking.
Like at night, because like I'll get bored and like, well, because like I start to get tired and go to sleep at like 12, but like my day like ends at like 9, and so I'm like, there's 3 fucking hours, and like I can't go to bed now, so I guess I'll get high and masturbate. So.
The girl I'm talking to now says she normally wears her lingerie. She likes to dress up for her masturbations. Is that a thing? That's
classy shit. I don't do it, but I understand it. I'll do like I'll put on like twinkly lights, like I have my twinkly lights, and I'll make it a little bit more romantic, for myself.
Okay, set that mood.
Yeah. I recently had my first orgasm.
Fuck yes. Please go on. That makes me sad.
Yeah, okay. Well, no, okay. So I've even like by myself, I've never been able to like come. Like sex is always like
so recently had your first orgasm ever?
Organism?
Yeah.
Orgasm
ever. Yeah.
But don't, I thought you... But,
just let her tell a story. We'll back.
No, wait. Question.
But you've had a vibrator, right?
Yeah.
And, okay, continue.
Yeah, okay, so hold on. So I got this. Okay, so I was listening to this podcast, and it's called How Come? And it's this woman who had also never been able to orgasm. And so it's called How Come? And so she was like, yeah, I got this one vibrator, and it's called the Womanizer, and like that's what finally did it for me. But I like looked online, and the Womanizer is literally $200. And I was like, I'm not getting a $200 vibrator. Not yet.
Buy a guy for that much.
Right? And so
probably just for a night though.
There's like a $50 version that you can get if you don't want to like splurge, and so I got the $50 version, and it's basically like
if you don't want to splurge, that's a great use of words, kind of.
And like, okay, I want to preface this by saying like sex has always been like super pleasurable for me, and like it's fine no matter what happens. And like, I still feel like I've had an orgasm, and like, I still like, even if I don't have an orgasm, like during sex, like it's not something that like makes or breaks the sex at all.
Yeah.
But I've also always been able to squirt if I'm doing it right. It's rare enough, but like it is possible, but it's not the same as like an orgasm.
Yeah, I've never been with a squirter. It makes me sad.
Yep. This dude I hooked up with at the drive-ins really needs to clean up his car. Like a lot. Anyway, okay, so the vibrator I got, it's like a clitoral type of thing. So it's I can show
clitoral
it to you
focus.
Right now. I have it in the drawer. Okay, hold on. Okay. I just cleaned it, so it's perfect. Okay. So it's this. Yeah. Okay. So, and then this is like the suctiony bit here, and it's got these little kind of vibrating things in it. It
suctions and then vibrates in.
Well, it vibrates, but it creates the sensation that it's like a suction thing. And so it's got 20 modes, and so like this is also a thing, and so you can do like the insertion thing here, and that also vibrates, and it turns blue, which is a pretty shade of. Yeah. Okay, you can see, but it's glowing. And
your insides can glow.
And then actually, you can probably hear this one. And then this one has like 3 modes of intensity. And so it just does that.
Yeah.
And so that's what did it.
I like that that's the light version. That's the $50 one. What is the $200 one must come with Wi-Fi and really sync up.
I don't know.
Probably sync up to your favorite songs on Spotify.
It's like it's got an AI built in. Yeah, I don't know, 100%. But like I still do want to try that. And like if I have $200 laying around and I have nothing else to pay for, then I'll buy it. But so it's been interesting. I still like can't orgasm like without it. So like having sex, it still doesn't do it for me. And then like myself doing it manually still doesn't do it for me. But I'm like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah. So when did
it?
So if you're masturbating without orgasming, do you just stop?
Yeah.
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 Makes sense. What else did you do? Yeah.
Like, okay, that was cool.
100 calories in, you know.
Moving on. Yeah. So
that's not a thing for guys, really. I don't think there's a guy that's ever stopped. In fact, I would probably say if a guy couldn't, he would still be going. There's probably from some poor sucker right now, 10 years in. Like, I'll come out soon, honey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we don't give up on ourselves. It's not a thing.
That's good. I mean, that's really good.
Guys and girls are completely fucking different. That's one thing I like. Like it's weird for me as a guy. I could care less if I come or not. Kind of. Like if I have sex and I end up like I don't always come. I've had girls be so mad at that. So mad. Like I've faked it like some orgasms for sure because I was like I don't want to disappoint this girl right now. Like it's not like it's fine. Like I had a great fucking time. It still feels good. It just I don't reach to the point of like orgasm for whatever fucking reason. I don't come and it's like I still had a great time. I feel exhausted. Like I'm gonna lay down. I'm gonna open.
Like I'm done.
I'm gonna feel the breeze. That's sex. Sex is just as much during and before as it is after.
Yeah.
If you feel like you had sex after, it's not too shabby.
No, it's not bad. Oh, I wanted to because we never really did this whole kink thing. So like, what is everybody's kinks?
I like a good ear biting. I don't mind that.
Nibble?
A little nibble. That's right. I don't mind talking either. Like some dirty talk. I can get into that.
Do you have a story?
Fun. Yeah. Do you have a story? Do you remember something from our past?
Oh.
I don't know what you were thinking about. Go on.
No, I wasn't thinking about anything.
Good.
Between us. No. One time. Okay. So I don't know how to dirty talk. Like literally the last guy that I had sex with, which was like, when was quarantine started? Whatever at the beginning of, anyway. And I was like on top of him and he was like, say something, I don't know what he said, like say something dirty to me. And I like super seductively like leaned down to his ear like I was going to say something. And then I said, I don't know how.
You were probably so trying to pump yourself up.
I was trying to get mentally there, and it just wasn't. The one time, though, it was in my sophomore year of college, and I was hooking up with this guy, and he said, like, "So you've never had dick like this before?" And I said it like a porn star. Like, I don't, and I said it.
Can we hear it?
You said it like what?
Porn star. Like, I just.
No, like.
But like how?
I
don't. I've never heard.
I can't, like, this isn't going to be an exact replica, but it sounded something like, I've never had dick like this before. Anyway.
Okay, solid.
Thank you. Painting a picture, thank
Perfect.
You. And I said it, and then I immediately was like, oh, I hate everything. But I did tell Sophia this, that I recently discovered. I think that I'm going to be really into role play. I've never done it, but here's why I think I'm going to be really into it. One, I've been into acting my entire life, but two, recently I don't think I said this in the group chat. Maybe I did. That it was my roommate and her boyfriend's 6-month anniversary, and so I made like a whole fake restaurant and menu, and I served them and whatever. And
Did they fuck you?
No,
Okay.
but I like came up with a character, and my waitress name was Savannah, and the whole time if they ever referred to me as Jess, I was like, I don't know who that is, but she sounds like a cool person, and I was like almost turned on. I was like, oh, is that what role playing is? So
I think I may agree with you. I think I'm kind of into it too. I would probably say I think I have found myself in situations as well in which I didn't know I was role playing until I was, and I was like, oh, this was more fun than I expected. So yes, that is a fun kink. Are you texting Soph?
I'm taking a picture of us.
Oh.
oh.
I like it. We'll need a good thumbnail for the podcast.
Hold on.
I want to do because we're gonna need our intro video as well.
Oh, now Jessica's big. Why is Jessica big?
I made Jessica big because it'll be really fun for the intro video, because then I can edit things, because then I'll put the music behind it, and no one will know what's really going on, and they'll think she was just goofy and silly. And that's the magic of podcasts.
He's always
See
goofy
right there?
And silly.
I can put that in over music, and it'll be like, oh, wow, there it is. I didn't know you guys could also see who was really big and who wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then make you big. Hello.
Hello.
Nice. And what's the poster you got in the back there?
This
The Last Black Man in San Francisco with Whiplash.
Mm-hmm.
That's on Netflix now, right?
Whiplash?
Isn't that a movie?
Yeah. Is it on Netflix?
I think so. With what's the guy's name?
Miles Teller and J.K. Simmons.
It's on Netflix now. Is it good?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Oh, I've never seen it.
It's really, really good. Yeah.
All right, and then these are the lyrics. What was that?
This is a Black Keys poster.
Ooh, I like it. And that's
from the Brothers album, and so it has all the lyrics from every song on it.
Nice. Are we listening to any new music right now? I feel like we haven't.
Well, we didn't finish on the Kinks. We didn't finish the Kinks.
Yeah, I know. What other? So we were talking about role playing. What other kinks do we have? What do you got, Soph? You like some bondage?
Yeah, that's my. I like being like choked. I definitely like that. A lot of guys.
I like choking. I like being in power a little bit.
One guy like did this to me and like just pinched
got
here, and I was like, "That's no." And I like the full hand here.
Yeah, that's too intentional.
That's a thing that I was learning about on TikTok. Is that because they're like you're supposed to restrict blood.
Yeah, but like it's so like. Right? Yeah, so like just do it with the sides, like just do it with the whole hand. Just do it with the whole hand.
Yeah, 100% choke, because you can like it's more fake, but like normally it would just be like a pretend like I gotcha.
Yeah,
I got your nose.
I got your throat.
I love being slapped. I love being slapped.
Ooh, like on the face?
Yeah.
Oh man, I've never slapped a girl. I've never been that brave.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun.
Enough.
Several.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah, I think
I wouldn't be brave enough. I think I would really. I think
you could be.
But I think I would do it really silly at first. Like I think I'd be like, yeah, I'd be like, yeah.
No, it is. I don't know. I really like it. I didn't think I would. Like, I think there's like a lot of stuff that I like sex-wise that I didn't think I would ever like. Like when you're, younger, obviously. And so like, I like giving blowjobs now. I like, I think I've always known I've liked being tied up, but like I like being slapped. I like being choked. Like all of those things. Yeah, I mean, those are like I think like the big ones for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not like a very kinky person.
Yep. I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, it's hard to, like, because some kinks are going to be a lot weirder to some people than others. Like, some people are going to be like, oh, that's completely normal. And some people are going to be like, what? Like, have you done anything? Like, I tried food. I think that was the first thing I tried because it seemed the most enjoyable. Like, whipped cream.
Oh,
like,
no, that's fun. That's fun.
Yeah, it wasn't. I didn't think it was. It was sticky and messy and just didn't.
Well, you have to have like a towel beside your like.
Yeah, we didn't. Me and Sarah didn't think that far. That was like the first kink I ever tried was food. It was very funny.
That's interesting. Yeah, I'm trying.
What was the first kink you tried?
Probably getting my ass slapped. I don't know.
Okay.
That's like so normal though. I think it was probably like of those that I described, it was probably the choking, like light choking,
Yeah.
That's probably it. I don't know. I can't do role play. I would like to, but I just start getting super goofy and like super annoying about it. I can't hold it. Like I can't keep a straight face.
Got to pick a different role, girl.
Maybe. Yeah. Perhaps. Yeah. But
we'll make a film. I'll start.
Yeah. But I think like the other issue is like I think a lot of guys are like not kinky at all, and so like adults, like most of the guys I've been with are just like into just straight like just sex.
I think a lot of guys' sex is kinky enough. They're like, holy fuck,
I know,
my
and
dick's
I'm like,
in something besides my hand.
Like a lot of guys like kinky is having sex with the lights turned on. Is what I find. Like that's what
I like to see what I'm fucking normally.
Yeah.
If I don't, there's a reason.
I like the lights turned off. I prefer lights turned off.
I don't know.
Sensations
are different, probably.
Well, I mean, I think I just like feel more confident with the lights turned off because I don't like people looking at me.
Yeah.
Like I like people looking at me, but like you get like self-conscious like no matter what you look like, I think, and so like it's easier if things are like under the illusion, like it's dark,
Yeah.
Kind of what I'm getting at.
Yeah. Well, I love when people look at me. I'm fucking hot as fuck. No, I'm joking. But I get the attraction of both, 100%.
Yeah, definitely.
One time I had a guy ask, I never met up with him because of this, over Snapchat. He was like, hey, would you be into like being held at gunpoint while fucking? And I was like, excuse me? What kind of Florida ass shit? So, and then his next picture, he sent me like his bed full of guns, and I was like, okay, block, delete, erase, reboot, start over. But like, that's just
Did he at least have like a what is it? A bed frame?
I don't remember. I was
just mattress.
Just mattress and guns. I mean, at least some bed frame would show some professionalism, or at least some adulthood. I don't have a bed frame. Any of you guys have bed frames?
Yeah.
Only because this bed that I have, all the furniture in my room, I didn't buy it. The girl that I like took over the lease from, she was like, you don't have my furniture. I've already bought all new things. I was like, that's so nice.
Cool. Yeah, I don't have a bed frame. I just got a double stack.
Yeah, it's because you're a guy.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, one day when I have a real house,
Once you're like a real adult, yeah.
Yeah, and I might, like, I don't know. I might renew my lease here at this place. So, like, if I do, maybe that's at least another year. Maybe it's time to get a bed frame. Might be nice. But I do like being able to move my shit all the fucking time. I love rearranging my room. Like, rearranging shit is so much fun.
It's therapeutic.
I hate that stereotype that only girls do it or some shit. Oh, it's so much fun. Rearrange shit. It's a fucking blast.
Like at 2 a.m. you're bored and it's like, let's do a project. Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, I love some late night shit like that. Just
redecorating.
Get some anxiety for sure.
Yeah, it's so fun. Guys, we've been talking for like 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Have we?
Almost.
That's pretty solid.
That you're gonna have so much material.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna use nearly all of it, I think.
That's crazy. It's all good stuff.
It does really good stuff. I missed you guys.
It flowed so well. I know, I miss you too.
All right, my friends. I love you guys.
I love you too.
Hey, this was
a good time.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. I'm excited to have more of these. We'll try and get more people on here talking about.
I think
I'll have to have one with Giv and Cody for sure. That'll be a hoot. That'll be such a hoot.
Absolutely.
Alrighty. Well, you guys ready to call it?
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone, thanks for listening. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you learned some. Hope you laughed. Hope you're entertained. And I guess we'll see you next time on Off Track. Adios.